Today we are talking about pricing with GPS. Now, if you're running a lawn care business and you have never dabbled in pricing with GPS, I know there's probably a lot of reasons that have been holding you back and a lot of stories that have been holding you back. There was a lot that was holding me back too. And today we're going to talk about how you do this, how you price with GPS, why it's so important, and why you really need to adopt things like this to help you grow your company. So first, some of the things that were holding me back is I thought that my company had more variables than others in other areas, and our yards are complicated. You really need to go out and see them. You really need to do this. You can't always see the back on GPS. You can't this, you can't that, you can't this. I always had that in my head, and that's probably why a lot of people don't do it. But now with GPS, Google Earth is incredible. Service Autopilot, its measuring tool, uses Google Earth, and if it's not strong enough, you can get directly on Google Earth, and you can see so much about a property, from the street view to the 3D views in a lot of areas now, and even the overhead view. It gets you a really good picture of what's going on. Now, obviously, there's going to be variables. If you see a lot of stuff on a property, well, the way we do it, we do A pricing, B pricing, C pricing. A is easy, B is maybe a fence, C is, man, those people have way too many lawn gnomes. It gives you variables, so you can judge that off an overhead view. And also, there's going to be a disclaimer. There's going to be a disclaimer that this is GPS quote for your convenience. And if our team gets out there and realizes there's something that we didn't see on GPS, we may have to adjust the price. But we will let you know if we have to adjust the price. It's not something we're just going to shock you and not tell you about at all. That's what makes it so easy. It's so easy to see everything. And I used to think that it was going to be so hard until we adopted this. Now, the reason you really need to do this is, for one, you can produce so much more. So if you're starting in business and you're out in the field a little bit and you're trying to juggle all these hats, this is allowing you to send a lot of mowing quotes really, really fast. It's also allowing you to serve clients how they want to be served. People want instant results. You need to be the fastest to get to it and make sure they get an answer and receive something where now they can take action on that. Because they might not even be price shopping. They may just be the first person that gets back to me is who's getting this. The first most responsive person's who's getting this. And that allows you to be so responsive to any quote that comes in the door. Now, for all of that, now we know kind of how we do it, how we put variables in there, some of the reasons you should be doing it because of the whole speed game, why people want it. You can serve more people faster. With less time, you can do more, all of those good things. And now it breaks down into a little bit of how do you actually come up with these prices? If you're asking that question, I've got to assume you have probably mowed some lawns, you probably involved in business for a little amount of time. What is very important for you to do if you are trying to grow your business at all, at some point, to track times on current properties. And then with that, you can use that data to build out pricing. Okay, it takes this much time on a super, super easy lot that's this square footage. It takes this much time on average to do a super, super technical lot that's this much square footage. And with these numbers, we can do some math and come up with variables. Here was the easy lawns. That's how they averaged out. This is the production rate we had there. Here's the production rate we had on an average lawn. Here's the production rate we had on Lawn Gnome City, And with those things, we can come up with our ABC pricing. So we cover ourselves, and then we put that documentation on top of it. So to start the system out, and no matter what, if you're in business, you should be tracking times. You should have some kind of system in place where you guys can clock in and out, so you have some understanding of properties. With this, though, it's going to have you always marking down the square footage of property now and always tracking in the future. So this is something that once you enact this, if you use a tool like Service Autopilot, every account's got a measurement. Now every account's got an average time. Now we can go back to all of our data, and as data compiles, we can use that data to judge each given year. Are we estimating right? Do we need to change things? Do we need to make things better? What tweaks need to be made to make this thing the best for everyone? So those are the reasons. That's how we do our estimating, and why you should really do some of this estimating on Google Earth if you haven't adopted yet. If you're still telling yourself there's too many variables, I can't do it, you have to open your eyes to what's available. We once opened our eyes to this, and we have now opened our eyes to even things like landscaping quotes. We can do a first draft with people over the phone, doing phone consults from the office to serve more people faster. So start with something like mowing and then continue utilizing technology in your business to expand your business and to excel you further. Leave it in the comments below. Are you using some form of GPS to estimate your lawn care? And then if you are, what is it that you're using? Are you using some of the tools out there? Or are you just using something like Google Earth? Or using it on Surface Autopilot? List that all in the comments. I can't wait to hear. Everyone, grow your business and stay successful. See you soon.